Welcome to this edition of the Ballin' Out Podcast. I'm your host Jordan here with my partner in crime tonight, Swanee. How you doing tonight, bud?
Good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. We got a special guest on with us tonight. We got recent ball commit from Moody, Alabama, Sidney Walton. How you doing tonight, Sidney?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Man, we're good. We're ready to talk some ball with you and have some fun. So we'll just get right down to it, man. So, what kind of led you to play football? It sounds like your first love was basketball, but what made you decide you wanted to play football?
Well, honestly, I didn't plan on playing football when I came down to Moody. We moved here because of work, and I was just a basketball player. But we had a new head coach move in. He saw me in the gym, and he wanted to take a chance on me. So he begged my parents at all the basketball games, and he had a conversation with me. And I was like, you know what? I'll try to stay conditioned for basketball. And then I just fell in love with it.
That's that's awesome. I was talking with Jordy yesterday, and he sort of was telling me about how Coach Gaines walked in on you in a pair of slides in the gym and watched you throw one down, and he was like, "I got to have him." So
Yes,
that's pretty
sir.
cool, man. But so man, sounds like tell us about the culture of Moody football down there. It sounds like it's changed quite a bit with Coach Gaines.
Yes, sir. I say it changed a lot. I mean, before I got there, when it was before Coach Gaines, it was not really good records, not really good culture. The way the players did things, it wasn't how it is now. Now we have 6 a.m. workouts, 2 a days. We have 6 a.m. in the morning, and then we have stuff in the afternoon every single day. And one thing that's been instilled from Coach Gaines is extra work, which is something he had to beg his prior players to do. Every day he'd be like, quarterbacks, get some time in with your receivers. But now it's just the normal. It's the regular. The extra is mandatory at this point. So that's something I really, really like with Coach Gaines is that he instills hard work because that's something I really am heavy on.
Yeah, they were telling me he was like, "Can we push back about 30 minutes?" Sydney's late getting out of the gym. I was like, "Yeah, man, by all means, let him get that work in, man." So that's awesome. It sounds like your work ethic is awesome.
Yes, sir.
Swanee, what you got for him?
I just wanted to ask, being down in Alabama, what brought you here as opposed to Alabama or Auburn? What were they even in the question?
Um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that they were in the question necessarily, but I mean it's just like we moved down here and it was where my parents wanted to be at. They seen the schools, they liked how everything was, and they thought this was the place for me.
Where did you move from?
I was born in Michigan, but I moved from Georgia.
Michigan boy.
Yes,
Nice,
sir.
nice.
Were they in the question?
Oh, I like Michigan a lot, but I held it down for Tennessee.
Hey, home sweet home, buddy. That's one thing about it, and we're excited to have you. I know that. Um, I was talking to a couple of my buddies that live down there, watched you play and stuff, and they were telling me about your upcoming football schedule, man. In particular, your out of area games. You guys got three top 200 teams on the schedule this year. What do you think about that? What are you looking forward to about that the most?
Well, me personally, I'm very confident in my ability, so I'm not very worried about myself, and I feel as though our team works hard, and I feel as though if we work harder than everybody every day, it's not going to be no question when it comes to it. Everybody thinks it's going to be close, and it will be a close game. It will be a tough game, but there's no competition when it comes to Moody football.
I like it. I like it. I've got like that's the kind of confidence we like to hear right there, buddy. That's good stuff. So what in your mind sets you apart from other kids? Like, what's the best part of your game, and what's one thing that you think you might need to work on just a little bit? Because from everything I've watched, you've got that fast twitch, man. You move your hips good, everything like that, and you've got it up here too. You've got a 4.3 GPA, so you're smart.
Yes, sir. I would say my biggest strength personally, even though it's not directly correlated with football, I just say my work ethic. Because one thing, regardless of how good anybody is, I feel as though I'm gonna work harder than them. But Personally, if we talking about in-game situations, I feel as though my press man is my strongest standpoint. I feel like I can move my feet well with any receiver, and I can put hands on them if it's needed. But I feel as though I would say I just need to work on being the best leader I can for my teammates. That's something that I feel like I do well now, but it's something I need to grow in. Like not allowing my emotions to get in the way of what needs to be done.
Sure, that's something that you can take with you in life too, not just with football. I mean, you
Well,
got a
Jordan,
6 foot.
Jordan, you'll agree with me. We need that press man.
Yes,
Here.
yes. So you're much like you're you are much needed
Yes,
up
sir.
here. So we're definitely glad to have you. I mean, like, and you get to graduate what in December this year? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So you'll be able, you'll be able to join us for bowl practice and everything else. That's awesome, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome.
Absolutely.
So, well, okay, man. So let's talk about your recruitment process just a little bit here. Like, uh, I seen your offer list, man, and it was a good offer list. You had Ole Miss, Arkansas, Arkansas State. Got to throw one at Bujo on that one. Just,
Yes, sir.
um, but just everybody absolutely raves about you, man, and it sounds like you're gonna make us proud to wear that power tee and have Rocky Top across your chest there. But what was your recruitment process like though with Coach Hype and all the other coaches too? That's always something that I'm curious to hear about.
Yes, sir. I would say my recruitment process went pretty well for it being my second year, especially under Coach Guinness. I would say that a lot of love came in, a lot of appreciation from multiple schools came in, but Rocky Top, they showed the most love and it stood apart from everybody. They not only called my phone and texted me, they contacted my family, which was a big part for me. That is what separated them the most. They called my parents just to talk to them, and they will always just make it a point to contact them if they could not get in contact with me, and just talk to them and show them love too.
That's a big thing. That's what a lot of the kids that come here say, that it's a very family oriented atmosphere here. And I will say this too, just from what I've heard from, we've had a couple of former players on with us, and we've had a current player on with us too, and they all say the same thing. Hype is a player's coach, so I think you'll be really happy with Coach Heupel. He seems like you guys are his number one priority, and he knows what he's doing. Man, that's awesome to hear though. Like, so what have you got for him, Swan?
Well, have you been to Knoxville? And if you have, what are your favorite things about Knoxville?
Um, I have been to the university, and I would just say that the crowd, like I've been to a game and the crowd is second to none. I mean, I've been to big schools and I've been to their games, but Rocky Top's stadium, the atmosphere is just insane. It's something that has no comparison.
Which game did you make it up to?
I actually made it up to a couple. I was there for Texas A&M. I
Oh,
was there for Georgia, and I think I was there for I think it was Middle Tennessee.
okay. Yeah, man. Like that dude, that Texas A&M game, that was a wild one, man. That was a good game to come to. I had football with my boy that night, and I was keeping up with it on my phone, watching it on YouTube TV, and uh, I missed the punt return, but that was probably the best game all year, as far as from an entertainment standpoint. But
Mm.
man, that's
There's a lot of good food in Knoxville too. I don't know how much of the cuisine you got to take in, but there's some good food up there.
Absolutely. I love Cane's. It's a Chipotle nearby too. It got some really good food. Really good food.
oh man, there's definitely some good eating out this way, man. You ever get up towards Gallenberg, man? We got some good steakhouses. If you like steak, there's a little bit of everything here, man. Because Gallenberg's just about an hour away from Knoxville. So if you ever make it up, that's actually the football team was in town this past week. So you ever make it up this way, man, we'll have to get together, because I think I want to try to come down some this year, watch you play too, because like I say, I got a couple of friends that are there watching you guys every Friday night, so I wanted to make sure I catch a game.
Sir, sounds great.
Um, so man, who's your biggest rival down there at Moody? Who's the one team you're like, man, we cannot lose to these guys?
I would say Leeds, but I mean they're not a big worry for me. But for the town, they call it the Battle of the Bridge because they're next door. They're right next door, and everybody know everybody on both sides. So I feel as though we have to beat them just for pride.
Right. There's a couple of games up here like that, like GP Pigeon Forge and Cosby Cott County. Just
Yeah.
there's those are the fun games though, man. Like you just because your buddies are on lining up across from you, or maybe they're not, and you guys just genuinely don't like each other. You know what I mean? So that's always fun. I know I was looking last year, man. Like some of the numbers you guys were putting up were video game numbers, like craziness. That's the kind of high school football I like to watch. So, what do you got, Swan?
Do you have a pro player that you model your game after?
I would say personally, I try to watch Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn because they're very similar in length and size to me, and I really love their technique. They're very technique oriented, and that's something I pride myself in is my technique.
That was something watching your highlights and stuff, man, that I noticed. Like you're very sound fundamentally. Like that's important. I mean, like that's where
long.
it starts.
You're very long.
Yeah, like
You're
that's
big
6'5" wingspan, man. You don't ever have a problem finding something on the top shelf, do you?
Oh no, not at all.
I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this: is there one wide receiver in the SEC once you get here that you're looking forward to covering?
Oh yeah, I would say Evan Stewart. He played at Texas A&M, and I can't wait to go against him.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
Sure.
I like it.
I like how you had an answer ready for that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's somebody.
He's like, absolutely. He's like, bring them all on.
Yeah.
Bring them all on. They don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke. I like it. That's awesome.
Do you have any unique pregame rituals?
I would say before every game, I pray right in front of the field goal, facing the field. But that's the main thing. And I make sure I get hyped right before the game. I stay locked in all the way up to the last period before the game, then I get everybody hyped.
Okay, so do you have any pregame tunes that help you get there?
I usually listen to some crazy stuff to get me locked in. And then as soon as I get on the field, I calm everything down, make sure I say what's up to my family, and then get the game going.
What's on the AirPods?
Ooh, it depends on the day. Probably like some Young Boy, depending on how I'm feeling. But that's the main thing that be on.
I like it. You're killing it, man. What's a couple things off the football field that you enjoy doing? You like what's some of your hobbies, something you like doing just to, when it's not football season?
I would say the main thing is spending time with my family. I mean, outside of football, I really keep to myself. I don't go out too much. So whenever I'm not doing football, I'm not working out, I love to spend time with my family because when this is all said and done, regardless of how far I go, they're going to be there for me.
I get that 100%, man. At the end of the day, family's all you got. So that's a fact. You got anything else for him, man?
Yeah. Are you familiar with lemon lime Gatorade?
A little bit.
What color is lemon lime Gatorade?
Greenish.
No.
Yes.
What, you think it's yellow?
He says it's yellow.
I'm a yellow guy. I swear It's yellow.
My man.
I say green.
It's got to be green, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be.
What is that, Jordan? That's one loss for me and
like two for me. 2 or 3 for me. I don't care. I'm on board now. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That is all that matters, man. You're coming on. You're going to be a staple now. That's legit. So, man, this has been awesome, man. We've had quite a bit to cover with you, man, and you answered everything perfectly, and we're excited to have you up here, man. Like, what's one thing whenever you come into town you have to go do, like that you're like no questions asked, I got to go here, got to do this, got to do that?
I would definitely say first thing first is hit Canes up for sure. That's my spot, 100%. But besides that, I would say tour the university and get to see how the students move around, and not only just the football standpoint of it. I just want to see how everything is, because I know that's where I'm going to spend my next 4 years.
Absolutely, man. Like, well, that one thing that I like too about how solid you were when you committed, you were like, don't even ask me. Like, yeah, I seen the article, I read all that. My buddy actually sent it to me last night after I told him I was having you on, and he was like, "Kid's solid." He had nothing but good things to say about you, man. Nothing but good things. That's all, and that's all I've heard. Like, that's one thing I'll say this about Coach Heupel. He brings high character kids in, and I can tell that you're a very well spoken and high character kid. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Sir, thank you.
And you like this. I'm gonna actually shout out my buddy. It's do you know the Gans? Adam Gann.
Oh yes, I do.
That's who was like you committed last week, I believe it was, and he was like, "Man, you're not gonna believe this. He goes to school where we're at, and he's a great kid." So I was like, "Man," I was sitting there looking last night. I was like, "I'm gonna try to get him on." So that was who I was talking to last night. Like I say, him and his family have nothing but good to say about you. So I'm glad we got you on tonight, dude.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all.
Well, buddy, I know we said we were going to run a little bit longer, but I think we've covered everything, man. You got any questions for us about up here? What, like, anything you're looking forward to doing up here, we'll help you out with, whatever.
Well, I guess I would say, what's y'all's favorite thing about Rocky Top?
Oh man, watching you guys on Saturday, of course.
Sir, great answer.
Yeah.
And beating Alabama.
Absolutely.
Beating Alabama. That's fun.
Absolutely.
It is fun. We've done it once in 20 years. So and that was super fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was.
We're gonna do it 4 more times.
Oh, awesome. I love it. That's no doubt getting clipped and we're putting it up. I love it. You're the man for that. We're all about it. We're gonna put Dixieland Delight to it too. So
you mentioned him, young boy. Do you have an opinion on the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar tiff?
It's crazy. It is so crazy. Kendrick Lamar shot shots first. J. Cole responded, then apologized. I don't have nothing to say about that. Nothing good to say about it.
You heard Drake's response.
What
to Kendrick? The song's called Push Ups.
Oh, I did not hear that yet.
There was speculation that it was AI at first, and then it hit Apple Music, and then I listened to it, and it's like it was a good track. Mm-hmm. And now there's another AI track out there, or questionably AI, called Tailor Made.
Oh, that's crazy.
Where he uses, yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, just simplify it. Who's your favorite between Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick?
Start bench cut.
Okay, let's start bench cut it. Start bench cut. Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I'd say start J. Cole, bench Kendrick, and cut Drake. That's what I say personally.
I'm all in on Sidney Walton.
There you go. Right now we pushed between the two of us. We pushed all of our big orange chips in the middle of the table. There you go.
He's my
absolutely. Let's see here. So, do you listen to any old school rap, anything like that? Tupac, Dre, Snoop.
All that. I listen to all types of music, literally.
Oh, all types. Okay.
Like literally, yes.
One that you wouldn't. Who's your guilty pleasure? Let's go there. Like, who's your guilty listening pleasure?
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't say this is bad, but like Nirvana.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, I listen to those type of things sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Okay. So you brought Nirvana up. I'm gonna say it. Do you listen to Alice in Chains?
I don't think I've heard of that person.
Okay.
Maybe I've heard some music, but maybe I just don't know the name to the music.
I'll tell you what, man. When we get done here, I'll switch digits with you, and I'll send you some music.
Absolutely.
Jordan is a big Alice in Chains guy. I prefer Nirvana. I love Nirvana.
Absolutely. And the next time we have Sidney on, we'll have the Lane Staley Kurt Cobain debate.
Oh, yeah. Okay, babe.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's how we'll settle that one.
Yeah.
You're gonna take another L, Swan. I'll send you some good
next
stuff.
time he comes back, he'll have seen a green yellow Gatorade.
We'll see.
In the store and be like, that's yellow for sure.
We'll see. It's green.
Like, no kidding though, man. That was like he and I done another podcast for a while, and that was like an ongoing thing. Like every other episode, we go into a legitimate argument over this, and I'm like, no, it is green.
Yeah,
it's green. Actually, I want to say it's green. There you go. It's green. It's not green as grass, but it's green.
Yeah,
my man.
It's yellow.
We got this. He's gonna tuck his tail and he's gonna sob the rest of the night. Now that's great. That's fun. But man,
Sid, it was really cool talking to you tonight for sure.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. I do got 2 more questions for you though, just kind of out there so we know. Who's your NFL team?
Ooh, I gotta say the Lions. That's hometown, so I gotta say it.
Oh,
got to. And they made it so close last year. I gotta say it.
Hey. Jordan is a huge Packers fan.
Oh,
and I kind of so I'm a Titans fan, and we have sucked forever. So I kind of rooted for the Lions based on them never being good before, and my personal favorite rapper, which don't judge me, but it's Eminem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't. Obviously, right. No, he is really good. Him coming out with the Detroit, all that stuff.
Yeah,
he was pulling for the Lions hard, but Jordan loves the Packers.
Oh yeah,
I do. But the thing about it is, though, is like, if you'd have said you were a Bears fan, we would have stopped right now. But I can deal with the Lions like that. No. I was actually glad to see him do good last year, like, because they've not been good for a long time.
Yeah.
However, I did tell Swan last year, he was like, "Oh, your Packers aren't going to make the playoffs. Jordan Love's terrible, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "No, we're doing it."
I didn't say they were. I didn't say he was terrible. I said the Packers won't make the playoffs.
You said we suck.
Yeah. I didn't say Jordan Love was terrible.
But we made the playoffs.
We haven't seen him yet.
We made the playoffs, though. Okay, who's your favorite NBA team?
Oh, that's a hard one. My favorite NBA right now. I say the Lakers. Just right now, I would say the Lakers.
Sure.
But the Bucks is a close second, especially with Giannis. I say that.
Dude, that kid can ball, man. Giannis, he's fun to watch.
6'10", moving like a guard. Crazy.
Yeah.
We need him to play. We need him to get in one of these games
now.
Yeah.
I like the Mavericks. I like watching Luka. I like Luka. I don't have a favorite NBA team per se. I like watching LeBron. How can you not respect his game?
Yeah.
I like watching Giannis. I like watching the big man though, the Joker. Dude,
he can play too.
He is polished. That's one of my. it's always fun to watch those big men like Giannis and Joker get out there and run the court and pop threes and dish it like a guard. That's the fun part.
This feels like a good point to dish out my favorite player in the league right now.
Let's hear it.
Anthony Edwards.
Oh, yeah. He is very
in Minnesota.
He is underrated.
He is.
He's got that. He's Jordan-like, or Kobe-like.
Yeah, very.
In the style of play that he puts out there.
Yeah,
I'm a big Anthony Edwards guy, and of course you can't. Victor Wembanyama is.
He's different. He is the definition of different. He is different.
We've never seen anything like him.
Literally. And someone else that's been flying under the radar a little bit recently is Kyrie. That last game, he showed up. He had like 20 in one quarter.
Dude, some of the stuff that man does
always
with
been a big
basketball.
Kyrie fan. I love Kyrie.
Man, Kyrie, he different for real.
He's got the handles, dude. It's crazy.
Absolutely. That's
so
like affecting your craft.
He's like if AI and Kobe
had a love child,
kind of meshed together.
Absolutely.
So, who's your most hated NFL team?
Ooh, that's hard.
Dallas.
Dallas. Let's see. I had to say, well, for a reason that y'all should already know, I'd probably say the 49ers. And y'all know why. Y'all know what happened.
Yeah.
Y'all know what happened. I'm not going to speak too much on it. Y'all know what happened, though.
I can get on board with that. Me personally, I can't stand Dallas. I can't stand it. But listen, their fans, I'm about to go off, Kings. Their fans are just like Alabama fans.
Yeah.
Just like them.
Horrible.
Just like them. Like, it's our year. Of course, now the only thing about it is Alabama fans, when they say it's their year, for a while it was. Dallas, it ain't been their year since like 1990. You can watch their last Super Bowl on the VHS. So
that's horrible.
I'm just saying, like, come on now. At least their last Super Bowl's on DVD.
Yeah.
So that's I never miss an opportunity, I'm just saying.
I'll say as far as that San Francisco Detroit game a couple months ago, legalized betting has been the worst thing that's happened to the NFL. It's so you can tell that the over under and the spread come into effect as far as the calls go.
Absolutely,
that each team gets.
That's why you prop bet. I'm not encouraging you, Sidney. I'm not encouraging you.
No. Who's the GOAT QB?
Ooh. I mean, like, I'd say, like, in terms of legacy, Tom Brady got it. Like, just in terms of, like, legacy. And that's, like, the same way. That's the same way with Jordan. Like, it's just the legacy that they have and that they carry. Like, no matter what nobody do, they have that title. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I don't like Tom Brady. But you got to respect the man's game. He's like Nick Saban. You got to respect it. Got to respect it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it right now, though. I will argue it to the day I die. And Swan, you know where I'm going with this. Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Tom Brady was. He just didn't have a team or the coach.
Aaron Rodgers is good. He is real good. It sucks that he got hurt.
I'm with y'all. I'm with you on Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Talent-wise, better than anybody that's ever played, except for Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, you like Patty Mahomes?
I like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think he challenges Rodgers talent-wise, and Brady wins everything else wise.
Yeah.
He's coming for that title.
Yeah. And it's still early in his career. He got time.
It's very early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It is.
Brady had that, but without being like, man, this guy's super talented. Nobody was saying that about Brady 3 Super Bowls in.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that being said, take out the Lions being your team. Who's your favorite? Like, who's your favorite head coach? Like, when it's said and done in college, and you're like, I'm getting ready for the draft. Who's that one coach that you're like, man, I hope I get to play for him?
Ooh, it's a hard question. That is a real hard question. I would probably say, just probably the head coach for like the Ravens, mainly because of how he made the program like so successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you haven't really like heard much about them, but this year they just went they went all the way. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man. And then they got Derrick Henry,
absolutely.
Lamar
And he's
Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Jordan.
It's like the cheat code.
He's Harbaugh's been there since we were in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's running a tight ship there. Him and Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Those two guys are.
Tomlin, I mean, he's
They
never
know
had
what
a
they're
losing
doing, man.
season.
Absolutely.
Never had a losing season. So that's always fun, man. Like I like hearing stuff like that. Who's okay? Now I got to ask, since I'm like, who's the one team you want to get drafted by, or the one coach you want to get drafted by? Who's the one you don't?
Well, let's
So who's
not.
the one
We
that
don't have.
don't?
We don't have
No,
to.
we don't do that. We don't do that.
Let's not sully this guy's. Let's
Yeah.
keep him. Let's keep him pure going forward.
Absolutely.
He wants to get drafted by any coach.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right. That's where the money's at. It don't matter if you like them or not. Their money's free.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, well, boys, Swan, you got anything else for Sydney?
I do, but nothing that'll not get him in trouble.
Okay, all right. We'll save that for after we end this. Man, we appreciate you jumping on with us. We had fun with you, and you were an absolute blast to talk to. We'd love to have you back again.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all's time.
But thank you for jumping on, man. And we're gonna get this up tomorrow, and when we do, we'll get it out to you. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you. We'll end this how we always do. Go Vols.
Go Vols.